give it up for Zach Broussard.
Give it up for Charles! That was a little lukewarm, Charles. I don't know how they feel about you. This is great. This is great. Hi, welcome back. Now, was this couch pro having kids or anti? What was the?
Very anti.
Very anti. Good to know. My name is Zach. I live here in New York City, like most of you guys, I guess. I had a real New York City moment the other day. I'll go ahead and share it with you guys. I was on the Staten Island ferry. It's like only in New York, right? It's crazy. This town is wild. I think living in New York has really prepared me for having children, because if my kids ever ask for money, I will just leave my headphones in. Can't get money from me if I just keep staring at a magazine and pretend like you do not exist. Oh. Fun fact about me, sex offender. I got caught with a bunch of MILF porn, which is not technically illegal, but now I'm not allowed within 500 feet of a night school. I think it's just because where I'm from, they take that stuff a little more seriously. I'm from Cougar Town. You guys know it? I do have a girlfriend. I do. Things are not going well. She keeps complaining that I never lorsen to her. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? A lot of awkward stares. That's cool. Really, after a joke, that's what you're looking for, mostly. It's just to make you guys make eye contact with each other. Well, this is all about trying to bring you guys closer together. No way. I hope it works out with my girlfriend that I really want a family. You know, I really want to be a grandpa, because being a grandpa combines two of my favorite things: sitting down all the time, no matter what, and taking my grandpa's pills. I guess the fastest way to become a grandpa is to just name your daughter Crystal. So I'll probably just do that. Yeah, I'll do that. This is kind of crazy, you guys. You guys know how dads are really conservative, right? I know this one guy, both of his dads are very liberal. Like crazy liberal. I mean, what are the odds of that? Not just having one liberal dad, but two just very progressive fathers. It's crazy. I think being gay is awesome. It's even better if you're gay for sharks, because then you get 2 Pride weeks. Right, guys? Yeah! Not bad. Not bad. I know what you guys are thinking. You're looking at me and you're saying, here we go again. Another case of a tall, dark, handsome black woman who's just had everything handed to her in life. You could not be more wrong about almost all of that. The truth is, I actually had a really fucked up childhood. Yeah. I remember the day my dad went out for cigarettes. He came back with a lot of cigarettes, just tons of cigarettes, and we smoked them, me and him, and we talked. We mostly talked about how lax things had gotten since Mom left. Like there are no rules. It's the best. That's not a true story. I made it up because talking about my actual childhood experiences can sometimes be a little awkward. Here's an example. In 7th grade, this actually ties into what Charles was talking about. In 7th grade, I realized everybody was making out, and I didn't really understand what it was. I was a really late bloomer. So that night, I was home getting tucked in for bed by my dad, and I shoved my tongue into my father's mouth. Yeah. Just all the way in, just a quick in and out. He hated it. I don't know if you guys are curious, like, well, did he like it? What happened? Stood straight up, walked out of the room, and never spoke of it. That's the story of my first kiss. Yeah, not bad. And in in a way, it's my first experience with someone playing hard to get. One of the biggest things going on in comedy right now, who follows comedy? You guys are following comedy, you're smart. This girl, one of the biggest things happening right now is a thing called impressions. I don't know if you've seen it. It's very popular. It's basically what happens is a comedian will come on stage and he will lie to you, essentially. It's really popular. I mean, that's why you see so many hot babes with guys like Daryl Hammond. So I'll do a couple of these just to jump on that bandwagon. Right out of the gate, this is an impression of a paleontologist if dinosaur bones were very sexy. Okay. I think I'm gonna like being a paleontologist. I'm not a good actor. I think that's what we're experiencing here. I've got one more impression, but you guys probably don't want to hear it. It's pretty bad.
I want to hear it.
Oh God, you guys don't, right?
No, I want to hear it.
You mean it?
Yeah.
It's really just you. Usually more people bite, but that's fine. It's really bad, but I'll let you guys guess what it is. Now listen here, Rock. You gotta fight, and you gotta fight hard, because this Apollo Creed guy's a monster, I tell you. A real monster. Take my word for it. It's me, your wife, Adrian. It's a pretty bad impression. I think the voice is wrong. Yeah, it's what I need to work on the most. You guys seem like a pretty cool crowd. I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'll guess that you guys are thinking about trying drugs. Yeah? I'd like to give you guys a little warning about drugs based on my own experience. They're going to make you guys have some pretty crazy thoughts about my ex-girlfriend. Yeah, be prepared for that. It's going to be weirder for you guys because you don't know who Claire is, right? You'll be in the middle of your drug freak out like, who is this Claire girl and why is she ruining my high? It's because she ruins everything. Yeah. I'd like to do a little reenactment of the last phone conversation I had with Claire. In this scenario, I'd like you guys to play the part of Claire because you guys actually remind me of her. Mostly how I can't tell whether or not you like me. Okay, so the phone is ringing. Hey Claire, how's your night going? Claire, it sounds like there's a lot of guys over there. Yeah. Did you guys know that in England, they call cigarettes football? Football. Crazy. I mean, what a bunch of facts, right? Okay, I know that's a little harsh, but where I'm from, that's what we grew up calling people who play soccer. That's okay. It's totally okay. This is pretty crazy. You guys have a good Christmas? You guys have a good Christmas? I really nailed my Christmas this year, and I think it's because I finally nailed gift giving for the first time. I'll explain, like a few years ago, I had a nephew who really wanted a Zune. And the truth is, Zunes were just very expensive. I was not doing very well. Fast forward to this year, I'm doing a little better, okay? Zunes are doing a little worse. I was able to get him 37 Zunes. Right? Who's the best uncle? This guy. Pretty great. Getting tired of watching, like, I've been getting tired of, like, trying to catch up on TV shows that take way too long to watch. Like, people keep recommending I watch these shows. I'm really behind on this one right now. The news? Starting on the morning news. I know that that's first, right? That's the order it comes out, Charles? You do morning, then evening? I don't don't watch a lot of television. I think it's because they don't have a lot of things that I would watch. But I would say this is a show I would definitely watch. I would watch a show called Hoobastank, where the band Hoobastank got pranked over and over again. I want to be clear, I would not watch Hoobastank if it was the band Hoobastank performing pranks. I don't want them to be in power. I want them to be getting pranked. Very first Hooba prank, right there. I have a Hooba prank idea. You guys want to hear it? Yeah. I love this girl. The silent laugher just went. Not interested. No, fine. I can fill in the blanks. Honestly, for the future comics, just say premises. I'll fill it in. I know what you guys are doing. This is a Hooba prank idea. The first one. So basically, you book Hoobastank to perform at a really big concert, right? And then, but you have to make sure that the concert is in like the middle of the country. And so they have to get their band back together. I'm hoping they're not still together. And they have to rent a van, which is, they don't have a lot of money, I guess. And so that's a big deal. And so they drive this newly rented van. They're all just, hanging out. They drive all the way across the country to this venue. And the producer comes out, right? The producer of the concert. Here's the thing. The producer's got an earpiece in. He's totally in on the gag. And he says, wait, you guys are Hoobastank? We meant to book Incubus. I'm so sorry. And then they have to drive all the way back home. And you shoot the whole thing. I have a second Hooba prank idea. All right, so the lead singer of Hoobastank, he's got a son. I'm just imagining. I don't really know. And I don't actually know his name. I refuse to do research for this bit. So he's got a son, and at his son's school, it's career day. And he's really excited to go visit school and tell these kids how he was in a rock band. And he shows up. But here's the thing. You have to make sure that his son's school is like really far away. And so I don't know how you do that. But you have him drive all the way across the country. Maybe his son lives with his mom. That's a fun fix. And so he walks into the son's school, and he walks up to the door, and he sees his son in the front of the class introducing a bunch of guys. And he walks in, and he's like, yo, David. I don't think that's his real name. What's going on? He's like, Dad, ooh, here's the thing. Son's got an earpiece in. He's totally in on the gang. And then his son says, Dad, I'm so sorry. This is Hoobastank. They're my dads now.
Oh my God.
I have a third Hooba prank. But I'll just kind of fast forward through it because basically they think they're in heaven. And St. Peter won't let them in, but he lets the band Incubus in. You guys kind of could. She filled it in. She knew. She knew. Give it up for this girl. Give it up for Charles. All right, guys, I'm off. Thank you very much.
Guys, give it up for Zach.